Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 43 of Daisy Knits. I'm Daisy, and we're hanging out on the floor of my craft room. So, let me start off with a little bit of important news. I feel it's important, and we're going to start now, so that way I don't end the podcast on a bad note. A friend of mine, Linda, Epic 1313, is down in Louisiana, and she is hosting a knit-along. For those of you who are not aware, Louisiana was hit with some massive flooding, and many people lost their homes. Linda works in the newspaper industry, and she's seeing some of these stories come out, and she wanted a way to help out. So all the details are in the group. Please take the time to go over and read. If you can help, please do. There's a designer, I think that she's focusing on this one designer, helping her slowly, basically try to rebuild her home. She had 3 foot of water in her home, and everything she owns is, almost destroyed. I can't fathom 3 feet of water in my home. So, I wanted to start this, though, because I feel it's very important that you hear it, that we know about it, and even if you can't help monetarily, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Louisiana is just, it's mind-boggling, and I won't lie, I can't wrap my brain around how much damage is currently happening down there. So, not to belittle that by any means, but that's the sad part. Let's get to the fun, happy part now, shall we? I have been a little bit busy. I have 2 FOs today, and I have a couple of projects. So, I'm going to start off with my first FO, which is the Joy Alloy. Y'all have seen this several times now. The pattern is by Megan Williams. I have not blocked this yet. I'm hoping that when I do block it, it'll grow quite a bit, but it is done. The knitting is done. Ends are woven in. I just need to block it. So this is, like I said, Joy Alloy by Megan Williams. 7 different indie dyers did the yarns. It's done. And honestly, let me show you. That is all of my leftovers right there. I can fist everything I had left over. So, every last inch. When I finished that, I promptly went through my stash and I was pawing around trying to figure out what do I want to start casting on, because I have Into the Wool this week. I leave tomorrow morning for Into the Wool, and I like to have some retreat knitting. I like things that are easy to pick up, put down, and apparently I'm smoking the knitting crack or something, because I have got way more knitting this time than I'll ever finish, but I want it all. So when I was pawing through, though, I found this bag of leftover scrap yarn from my husband's blanket. I made him the Hue Color Shift. I think that's what it is. By Knit Picks. It was a kit I bought for him several years back with their Bravo acrylic, and I found a bag of scraps. So I pulled it out, and I used the magic knot, and I just basically crocheted all of the scraps. And when I ran out, let's see, I'll show you. When I ran out, like right here, I just went to the next color. I didn't even care that I hadn't finished the round. I just kept right on moving along, trekking along. So, that is done. I actually made this because our little 4-pound pup loves blankets. I think it's a house obsession. Everybody in my house loves blankets. So our little pup that was always trying to claim blankets, he'll drag them through the house. He loves his blankets, and so that will go into his box. Also, I should tell you, that's just a crocheted giant granny square. I don't have a pattern for it because I learned how to make granny squares, and you just keep going out until you run out of yarn. Sorry. So, the other thing that I did cast on this weekend was the Freedom Sock by Kimberly Pacini. Is that right? She's Sock Bunny. That's what I know her as, Kimberly Sock Bunny. And I did it out of some of her yarn. This is the Electric Flamingo Bay colorway. And it's on her Sparkle. How do you go wrong with Sparkle bright neon pink yarn? And you can see her pattern really well there. this makes me happy so much. So obviously I cast this on Saturday, and I think I was either 3 or 4 repeats in when we went to bed Saturday night. So it just clicked with my brain and I could speed through these. I did do a heel flap and a Dutch heel. So it's at the monster phase. Do y'all ever do this? Do you hit the monster phase and you make them like little monsters and they talk? I do. He talks to people now. So he'll grow out and he won't talk anymore. But sock number 1 is zooming along. I'm going to do the foot solid just because I don't want those bumps on my feet because I'm going to be a little princess. So that's one project. The other project I actually just cast on this afternoon, and it is some yarn that I got at ZK as well. Let's see. There are 7 mini skeins in here. The idea is if you knit it in the order that she had it, it'll blend together. So you probably can't tell, but there are 7 different mini skeins in here. And I am excited to see how they work together. The yarn is from Fishnets Yarn. She was not at ZK this year, but she did send door prizes and I acquired one. So it's a lot of purple. It's got some yellows and oranges, but it has a lot of purple, which is one of my favorite colors. So I cast on though, and the reason why I went ahead and cast this on as well was I am going to Portuguese knit this. I've been having some thumb pain and I want to see if I switch it up, if I can give my thumb a break, 1 from my regular continental knitting, and 2 just to see, kind of get that practice, make it a little bit easier on my hands. So this is the only thing actually actively cast on. I also have a yarn here, and I might have another skein of yarn downstairs caked up. The other skein of yarn will be a pair of socks. Vanilla is the new black. I can even tell you that. I didn't bring any of that up here because I left it, but it's all downstairs. That's actually packed in my extra bag. And this is going to be, give me a moment, a hitchhiker. This will be a hitchhiker. This is, let's see, the white maple yarn, white maple sock by Highland Handmaids, Fruju. So this is going with me as well because at a retreat, you know, you're just going to have endless amount of time and you're probably not like me and talk your head off to everybody and you probably actually knit. I'm bringing 4 projects, 2 of which are cast on, 2 of them are not, for a basically 2.5, 3 day retreat, and we will see how much I come home with. So that is what it is. I'm excited. I will have probably goodies. Actually, I know I'll have goodies when I come home to show and share with y'all. But it has been a hot mess and a half day. So I am going to end this. Come over to the group, chit chat with us. Please go check out the Louisiana Knit Along. If you have anything, please spare. If not, your thoughts and love are wonderful. That's what we need. Don't forget the Christmas countdown. It is still going. And I sent our latest person her stuff. Sherry won. She's somebody local to me, and so I was able to actually go drop her prize off. And I will draw another prize again on the 25th of the month, next month. So September's almost here. We're really cranking through. So that's what I have for this week. I hope that you enjoyed the week, and I will talk to y'all next week. We'll see how much progress happens. See ya!